5, 4. Actually, never mind. We're already started. Okay. So I think I've got the mix down a little better, so everybody will be easier to understand. And the map is up, and once again, this will be episode 4 of our Clone Wars using the Fate Core role playing system. Today it's adventure. I'm Bruce Burns, aspiring author, occasional martial arts instructor, machinist, and joining me for our nerding and chaos. Uh, Whoever wants to jump in first.
I'm Josh Waltzing. I'm a professional martial artist. I am a fifth degree master instructor. And although I try really hard to not let anyone call me master outside of my school, Bruce Burns continues to call me Master Waltzing. I run a school in Alexandria, Minnesota. I am a RPG game lover. I enjoy BattleTech and Star Wars to a degree. So I'm learning a lot about Star Wars, but my wife would say that I'm a really big nerd, a really big child. So that's me.
I'm Joe Cookman, longtime friend of Bruce's. Played a lot of different role playing games with him and different variations of the Nerd Posse. So, yeah, I'm just a big lover of fantasy and role playing games, and I'm excited to be here.
Yep, and so Josh Rosebrough will not be with us for tonight's adventure. He'll be catching up on YouTube, along with all of our other fans. And actually, from the views, I don't actually think we have any yet, but we'll work on it. And this will be in the archives. So we will see
A-
how everyone does. When last we
As
left
a
our
three-time gamer, Bruce, do I get to be part of the Nerd Posse now officially?
yes, you are officially a Nerd Posse member. We have
Yes.
broadcast you as such.
Nice. I get to add that to my resume
I,
now.
I think we're up to Nerd Posse 4.7, given that the original Nerd Posse formed for gaming at an all night country kitchen in Bemidji, Minnesota in like 2006. So,
Yeah,
yeah, we're kind of like the X-Men with like rolling membership and endless adventures.
I'm having a hard time remembering like the one that had Ben and Heidi and all them was 2.0, or
2.0,
were they
yes.
they
Yep.
they were part of 1.0 and then 2.0 with Evan and all them
Yep.
when they got reformed? Okay. And then I just can't remember Kender. Kender was 3 or 4.
Kender was in 3.0. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, when we went over to, by the time we went over to Dresden Files role playing game, and when we did the BattleTech League, that was game Nerd Posse 3.0, and 4.0 would have been about after I got done with college and started getting back into martial arts and traveling all over the place on the weekends. Yep. Okay,
Oh
so
yeah.
back
Dragon
to
Cave. Yep.
enough of my autobiography. We now go to an unknown planet in the middle of the expansion region, where two of the where a trio of Jedi padawans who were not trusted enough because they come from naturally aggressive races. They weren't. The Jedi Council felt it would be bad for them to be placed on the front line, undue temptation by the dark side. They decided to show those old crusty masters how incredibly trustworthy they were by embezzling funds, forging tickets, and running away to a splinter academy, which is actual canon or actual legends. We did not make this splinter academy up on what is it called? It's like pit chaff, something like that. And
Bitfashed.
Pifash, yes, Pifash. And so they didn't quite make it to Pifash before they encountered a freighter that had been, full of space zombies. But they didn't actually get to fight space zombies because they decided to be efficient, boring, and simply evacuate all the air from the chamber that the zombies were in, rendering them jet fuel as opposed to threats. Then they
Thanks, BD6.
thanks BD6. Yes. So saved by your explorer droid, your companion droid, and you've then followed the last hyperspace path communicated. Although you're fully aware that your freighter's hyperdrive means you're probably a week behind whoever you're following. And it took you to this planet. No sooner did you land on this planet than there was a flash, a hiss. As you turn around, I guess I should offer everyone a fate point.
I'll take it.
I have something to share with everyone, and I think briefly I will put it up on the big monitor. I don't know if I can yet. Okay.
I'm taking it too. I'm going to add it onto my list.
This week I have finished our campaign. I have finished our campaign overview. We now have, like, you are in the start of a novel. We will level up as you complete portions of the novel to get skills and skill points and refresh. I'm going to drag it over.
Is BD6 part of this game?
I'm sorry?
Is BD6 part of this game?
BD6 is part of this game, absolutely.
So
I always thought that he was yours for some reason. I don't. Oh, because that's right. Your son was playing him last week for a little while.
It's technically bars, but yeah, Davion was
I
playing
know.
BD6 last week.
So let me get this called up and drag it over to. Oh, nope. Is that Cookman? There we go. It is now shared on Discord.
Nice.
So we've got a proper. We have a proper high concept. Can I add it? If I add a tab here, if I drag it over to the tab, sometimes I can get away with this. There it goes, and now people will be able to see it. So if you look if you pull that up on the high concept, the game name, like this, the novel your characters are in is Death Among the Stars. There's two aspects, those issues that are always taggable, so that everybody, because in back when we did the Dresden Files game, it would be good. Everybody had to make sure that they had a shared aspect, so they could all get fate points at the same time. And when they revised that to Fate Core, they decided that the story itself would have aspects that everybody could use, and they gave fewer individual aspects and more group aspects. It was the shift. So Ancient Paths and Ancient Blood, you are trying to become Jedi, but you're also caught up in some ancient mystery involving Sith powers and other things that will be revealed as you keep going. And so Ancient Paths, Ancient Blood is one of those. And then Ombakund, the Bleeding Front. And that is a tribute to the actual historical event called Bleeding Kansas, which preceded the American Civil War. And that this was a backwater that became, that even though it was far removed from the main political significance, this was a territory that basically reenacted the Civil War on the county level, and sometimes town versus town, and neighbor versus neighbor for 5 or 7 years before the Civil War actually kicked off. It was pretty bad. And since the Ombakon sector is such a backwater that the most detailed Star Wars map only has one labeled planet in the entire sector, something I have fixed. Thank you very much. Oh, let me make another tab. I can actually... cheating is fun, in that I am able to get my browser to display maps, and this will be included in quick references for the watching YouTube audience. So I took a little bit of time one afternoon and made a map of the entire sector, including probably 1 to 200 star systems in the sector. So we'll not run out of politics and places to explore. Even though the Star Wars galaxy is largely explored, there's a lot you can't see the forest for the trees. So we can always do more expansion and more exploration by going into finer detail if we can't go out past a frontier American style. So you guys have the sector map you can pull up. You have the Death Among the Stars campaign you can pull up. The faces and places I'm not going to explain too much because they will become more clear as time goes on. For now, I'm going to offer you guys a fate point for the story issue, Ancient Paths, Ancient Blood.
And that's the one we. Yep, that's the one we took.
Yep. So you have taken it. Cool. I've updated your map on Roll20. Everybody place your icon kind of in the middle.
In the middle? Like that middle?
Yep, that'll work.
And I go here.
Hey, I want to be right next to you. Come on.
There you go. All right.
the padawans brandish their lightsabers and huddled closer together for comfort.
Oh, yeah. There's BD6.
So you land, you're looking around. As you're looking around, we ended on a cliffhanger. There was a snap hiss of a lightsaber, and a voice says, "You should not have come here, Jedi." And at that point, we will now pick up with... a blast of force, and Bar, your biggest, strongest character, is picked up, hurled against a boulder, and collapses, broken and unmoving to the ground.
Doesn't my force sense allow me to see this stuff happening?
That is very strange. Shouldn't your force sense have allowed you to feel that happening?
Yeah, it's going to be my inner monologue for this entire fight.
Okay, so we now have a pair, you two, and you guys can use BD6 as helpful as possible. Let's look at initiative. Ooh, he might be a little too powerful for you guys to face right quite yet. Yeah, we'll go with this.
How Fate Core is still sized up with like amount of refresh, right?
Yep. So there's a person in dark robes, holding a lightsaber. Who has appeared out of nowhere, as if a concealing cloak had fallen away. So, let me make sure I've got all the characters up. Oh, that's what I haven't done. The Clone Wars characters. So, Jamak, you have Force Sense, which means you have initiative at great at 4. BD6 has notice for his initiative at fair, so he would go at fair. And last but most sturdily is our very confident Zabrak Lasho.
With BD6, does BD6 see anything? Uh, like, did he scan anything? Does he know anything that's happening there? Can he make a
Well,
like a lore
we're gonna actually.
roll?
Well, we're gonna start at the very top of the encounter with initiative, which means, for benefit of the doubt, Jamak gets to act first.
I'm thinking that he's going to use this turn to go and do a maneuver.
Okay.
He's a little concerned that this other guy is gonna be able to defend against his force sense, so he's gonna lean into that and do a force sense to try to uh, help him see attacks coming in the future, do a maneuver, a defensive maneuver, so that way he can add to his ability to get out of the way.
I will oppose that with, let's see if I have provoke to rattle you. I have provoke, which I will use to oppose you.
I am totally a Jedi, is what I say,
Okay.
as I am rattled, but not quite rattled enough to tap into the force.
No.
You got a
I
superb.
I rolled a 2.
I know.
So I got fair versus yours. So you are you have reached out with your feelings. And the incomer shouts something along the lines of the Jedi are sending children to deal with the Master. And let's fix our settings here. Hints. Phase 0 tab off.
Just thinking to myself, like, how does he know? Can he read my mind?
And he attacks with his lightsaber. Crimson blade humming in the air as it arcs towards you with a grate.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna defend with the lightsaber then,
Okay.
and this
So that'll be a 4 stress hit.
mm, 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 mm. Can I
Tag that you have
invoke?
reached out with your feelings to improve your
Yeah,
defense.
yeah, by 2.
Okay, so you would have taken a nasty slash to the chest, but instead, you were reaching out with your senses, and you are in fact golden. It's still there, but no free tag on it anymore. BD is up. What should BD do, guys?
Well, I think that BD6 should do like a scholarship role as a droid. Maybe he had when he was in the archives trying to find out where to go, he downloaded some other things, and he's going to do a scholarship role to see if we know who this person is, this character is, so that we can maybe use his name, and ED6 is going to tell Lasho, who is Force Tech and understands what's going on, and to be able to use his name to stop this attack.
Okay. Roll it. Great scholarship. The Jedi Archives BD has accessed contain no information whatsoever about this stranger. So, turtle, turtle, ooh.
Well, that's not great. That's like terrible.
And Joe Mock is up. Or Lasho is up, sorry.
Gotcha.
Guys, we left to try to go to the to find battle, right? To be part of this, to go to a separate area, to go to a splinter cell of Jedi. And this person has already said, the Jedi said children to deal with the master. And I think that in this case, Lasho hears that. Lasho is going to say, he's essentially going to say, Master, we come to train. We come to seek knowledge. We are here not because of the Jedi. We are here because we want to learn more than we were learning from the Jedi.
Sounds an awful lot like wanting to join the other team.
But they're not necessarily the other team. They're just a splinter cell, right? They're still fighting the
No. The people you want to join are official members of the same Jedi Order. They're not rebels. It's just a satellite academy.
The dude's got a red lightsaber. I mean, I feel like, a quick aside here would be like,
I thought we were on the.
We'll pause this for a second, Bruce. Joe Mock's gonna take Lasho aside and be like, "You see that red lightsaber? That dude, and that dude is not on our side, no matter what you think. Like, he might think that maybe we could be on his side, but I don't want to be on his side."
The lightsaber on the roll 20 is yellow. I mean, it's not red.
Oh,
so I was
yeah,
confused for a second. I was thinking like Temple Guard.
Oh, gotcha.
Like yellow lightsaber Temple Guard. Forgive me. I thought he was a
GM
sentinel.
has corrected his error.
It was yellow.
he introduced it as red, and he had it up last week as red as well. So I thought that was
okay. I misunderstood.
No, that's
okay. So
that's a good point.
I was going with the color, man.
I stand corrected. I stand corrected.
All right, so in that case, Lasho definitely wants to use his force aikido, his force aikido, and try to push this Sith, this Dark Jedi, away back to generate some space, so that maybe he's going to push him back enough that Jamak can do some more things and they can team up and find a better tactical advantage.
Okay, your force versus his telekinetics.
So I'm going to use force, correct?
Yep.
Maybe a 0 stress attack then?
Yeah.
Cool.
So you reach out with a force shove, and he reaches out with a force shove. The air between you trembles and you feel your will in the force strike what feels like an invisible barrier made out of Duracrete, and kind of hold for a moment and then splash like water on stone.
Okay.
Dang. This
Bad
guy he means business.
You
Why
are
does the rage
Jedi.
always win?
You are sacrifices.
Sacrifices. I'm not in over my head. Come on now.
So he begins to move even faster. And this time he attacks Jomok with his lightsaber. We're totally Squeak Jedi. I love that. That's awesome. We're totally Jedi.
All right. I am gonna defend with my lightsaber again. You gotta be kidding me, though. Seriously? Wow.
Oh no.
I just rolled down 3. All right. Well, I'm gonna burn a fate point on
Reroll.
driven to prove himself a Jedi for a reroll.
Okay.
Do I have to declare an aspect for a reroll or not?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So what you would do, you'd go to your character. So I'm doing it so that it's on the record for YouTube. But so I'm going to your character sheet.
Oh, yeah, I just dropped myself a fate point.
You just click on driven to prove himself a Jedi, and you can
Oh,
see that
gotcha.
pop up, and then you would roll again.
All right, so I can roll now?
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Better. So a 4 stress hit.
I still don't like that. This is I can't really be taking a lot of hits right now, so I think I'm gonna be think I'm gonna tag.
Well, you can. Let's look at your stress box here, man. You can take.
What?
You can take 2 physical and a mild aspect.
All right, I'll do that then. How do I add that on there? Okay,
Yep. There you go.
so I have to, and then it's physical
Yep.
and
Strained, bruised. Exhausted. Strained. There we go. Okay. So he comes at you with this epic flurry. It's all you can do. You're moving as fast as you can, trying to stay as centered as you possibly can in the Force. Reaching out with your feelings, and you're barely keeping that blade off, from inflicting critical injury. Have him push you back a little bit with all of that on the map. But that just defending against that really pushed you to your limits. And you're up.
oh, it's me. Yeah, okay.
Yep, Jomok gets to reply. So yeah, Padawans versus a full Jedi.
Can I do a force sense move for the entire group for like the area for me and Lasho, so that way either of us can tag it, and I can try to give us a little bit of an edge for when this guy's coming at us.
Sure can. Two stress for that. So just your base force is twice as much as that. So yeah, just mark in your first 4 stress box and make it. And of course, I will try to oppose it with will. Right? I mean, you're not the only one manipulating the Force here, so there is a chance that his power of the Force will overpower yours.
Right.
Defend with will. Yep. Nope. We may be working on concessions.
We might very well be.
So you try to reach out with your senses, but you end up recoiling from this overall feeling of hatred and violence that is crackling through the region in the Force, centered upon your red lightsabered opponent.
Yep.
BD is up.
Okay.
Do you have something you can throw at him with BD? And you got like a random wrench or something? He's a historian. He can
BD
just...
does not typically engage in direct combat on account of it tends to get him destroyed. His typical maneuver is run away and hide. When open battle's happening, that's when BD runs away and hides. You know, and he's got a base of fantastic to do that.
Oh, he does have holographic mapping though, and you can use it to distract the bad guy. You could use it to like confuse him and like throw him off for a second.
Yes. So that would be looking at BD's character sheet. Scholarship, your scholarship, which is the holograph, versus his will.
That's not a bad idea. What do you think, Josh? Josh,
Can you hear me?
We can now.
we can hear you now. Yep.
I was sneezing. I muted myself.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
I can roll it, and I think that there's not really a whole lot to hide around at the moment for BD6.
There's rocks and trees all over the place.
Okay. Well, I think he's still going to use it as a distraction initially.
Okay.
To try to make it easier for him to hide. So he's gonna roll scholarship.
Yep.
He gets a good. Good. They broke even on scholarship. Goodness gracious.
That is a fragile. Superb. Yep. Nope. The Jedi completely the Dark Jedi completely ignores the hologram and continues to press his relentless attack. Lasho is up. Are you guys getting the impression that straight rolls are not gonna win you this fight?
Yeah, but I'm trying to like do maneuvers and get some aspects going, so that way we can get some free tags in and hopefully get things going. Because if we're just playing like heads up, we're gonna lose. But he also gets to oppose a lot of the different maneuvers we're going to try, too.
Mm-hmm.
Lasho is it. Lasho's gonna try to hit him with his lightsaber.
Okay.
Lasho's gonna use his lightsaber to attack with force. He gets a great. He broke even. Are you rigging this, Bruce? Seriously, you're like putting a code.
Oh yeah, because I code at that level and still work in a machine shop.
Uh-huh.
Break even. So that'll be 3 physical stress.
Can I add... If I add an aspect... If I spend a fate point to add an aspect to make that go up 2 for Zabrak, Pride, Strength, and Confidence, because he's really trying to protect his friends, what will that get?
That'd be a mild consequence if you add 1 fate point.
Ooh.
I'm gonna burn that fate point for Zabrak, Pride, Strength, and Confidence, because Lasho's aggressive tendencies are coming out because he's seen his big silly goon friend get thrown against a rock and his other friend get pushed backwards multiple times, and his aggressive Zabrak tendencies are building up, and so he is going to attack with everything he's got.
Okay.
So I use the fate point for pride, strength, and confidence. Can I just click on the aspect so it shows up?
Yep. So you hit him with a power blow, and he catches it and then shrugs it off, but you can clearly see the signs of strain on him. So he snarls, perhaps not completely devoid of potential.
Yeah, you show him, Lasho.
And so at 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, so he's going to fill in his last force box and lash out at Lasho with weapons 9 force lightning.
Holy moly.
Remember the concessions, right? Remember how those work. Yes, if instead of rolling a defense, you can negotiate a loss. So he gets fantastic, which means he has to take 3 stress to control that much force. And so I'm going to fill in his fourth stress box is filled in. I'm also going to fill in his third mental stress box. His third mental stress box to control it, and he gets a fantastic weapons 6 attack on Lasho. So you can roll a defense. If you do, you can't concede. If you do want to concede, then you're not going to take more consequences, etc., assuming you can offer something to be interesting to the story.
So if we were to concede, it has to be...
Lasho can concede, right? Like, because Josh isn't here, I had Bar bounced off a rock right away.
Right.
To explain his non-participation. And it'd be something like that. Like, okay, you can knock me out as long as I'm not going to be killed, as long as I'm taken prisoner or left for dead or something like that.
Right. Otherwise, a weapons 9 attack against Lasho is, depending on what his defense would be, how much damage would that be?
And that could be up to maybe 15 points of damage.
Oof. I think that in this case, Lasho's going to concede with the Force Lightning and take the pushed back and knocked out next to his friend.
Yep, okay. So you're blasted through the air and you're going to be out of the game next to Bar. Jomak is up. Oh, you get a fate point. Fate Core is different than, is a little more merciful than Dresden Files, in that whenever you concede, you get 1 fate point.
Oh, all right. Thanks for the mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, Joe Mock's gonna see that and be like, no. And uh he's gonna force push.
Why not just
Uh
use your lightsaber? You don't have telekinesis as a default.
oh, that's right, I don't. Yeah. Ooh. Can I? Mm, I wanted to go and use something with some actual like stress behind it. Well, I guess it's a three weapons three attack anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna go and hit with a lightsaber then.
Okay. So you get a great
Yeah,
attack on the Dark Jedi.
well even.
And he rolls up one for superb.
All right.
It says fantastic though.
Or fantastic. He starts at superb. So he's one level above you guys in base force skill. So Cookman, are you going to take it or leave it? Are you gonna anything else using fate, or are you gonna just fail at the attack?
I'm just gonna fail.
Okay. You're seeing a concession coming your way, so why not?
Depends on how he rolls.
Okay. We will go back. So BD's turn.
BD's running and hiding at this point.
All right. So roll it base of fantastic.
I didn't have the character sheet over. Sorry.
So just
Um,
Hackar
athletic?
40F plus 6.
oh, okay. Breaks even.
Right.
Oh, seriously?
Where do you think you're going?
So just to buy Jamak another few seconds, um, uh, so he's the Dark Jedi snarls, "No more distractions," and plus hurls a rock at BD. Yeah, that'll do it.
What's the extra rolls for?
What's the what, huh?
You rolled a 9 and then another. You rolled 4 and then a
9
3.
was the notice to see whether BD could successfully hide from him.
Yep.
And instead he just irritated the Jedi. The Jedi then uses telekinesis to throw a rock at BD.
Uh-huh.
And so BD takes one of his 2 physical stress. Then lets out an alarmed warble. And Jamak is up.
All right. I'm gonna do a force sense maneuver again to try to get myself a little bit more insight. I'm one with the force. The force is with me.
You might beat him. You might beat him. We'll see if his control of the Force is enough to block you.
Please roll down. Roll down 7.
You rolled down 1. Or
You
broke
roll
even.
down 1. Okay. And so we will give. All right. Moment of advantage to Jamak. And insert lightsaber repeat as needed from the Dark Jedi. Fantastic. Lightsaber coming at you. You want to roll a defense or concede?
Jeez, this guy is just rolling so well. No, I think I am going to wait. If I have consequences, do I get a fate point for each consequence as well?
Each consequence that you took in this fight. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I am gonna roll. Let's hope that my lightsaber skills are up to the challenge. All right. Is it a weapons 3?
Yep.
Okay.
So it'd be a 5 stress hit.
I'm gonna take moment of advantage and then just take the 3 physical stress.
Okay. He will then, looking at your character sheet, he will tag that you are strained and bump that back up to 5 stress.
Dang, 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 dang. Well, in that case, I'm gonna take a moderate then.
So your first physical stress box would fill in.
Yep, and
you're going to take a moderate, which would be
would it be like slashed or
burned leg, something like that, or chest wound.
Burned leg. There we go.
Okay.
All right. All right, now it's my turn. I'm gonna go and try to attack him with my lightsaber.
Okay.
At this point, I'm just like scrambling to figure out what I can do. I rolled a great.
I need to get something to drink soon.
Okay. I'm gonna just let that be what it is then.
All right. So you hurl yourself against his defenses, and he stops you one-handed. And I think that, so he says, yes, some potential after all. Perhaps Master will have some use for you. And he digs deep into the Force, fills up his second to last stress box, his third stress box, which will make a weapons 8 Force lightning attack. I think I can control it.
Roll way down, hurt yourself. Dang it! How's he rolling so dang well?
Rolls up 1 again. So that'll fill in his second mental stress to control the rest of it. And you have a potential 14-point hit coming your way.
I'm definitely gonna concede on this one.
Okay, with the understanding that I will not be killing or maiming your characters while they're helpless.
That is the negotiation I'd like to. That's what I'd like to put forward. Yes.
All right. So, everybody. Then Jamak gains 3 fate points because he took 2 aspects in the fight and lost the fight.
All right.
Didn't catch that, Josh.
Sorry, walked away for. I was talking to my kids.
Oh, okay.
You said something about fate points. Jamoke took a consequence and conceded.
Yep.
Then what was the next result?
So you guys are all out.
All right. And
I thought BD6 was going to finish it up for us.
BD6 might run away and hide.
BD6 is running away and hiding as fast as he can run away and hide. You need me to really roll that?
Yeah.
Is it?
His base is fantastic at +6.
The 40F plus 6 again.
On one, for sure. Right. We rolled down one.
This is the lesser of the two evils you're going to throw against us. This is crazy.
No, that's not a full boss battle, right? Because a full boss battle in Fate Core, his skills would be. So I have Force Sense, so I can oppose that with Force. A full boss battle, his skills would be one higher than what you faced. And BD1 successfully runs and hides, or BD6 successfully runs and hides. That
Nice.
could be plot critical. Baby Groot is loose on the ship. Goodness, I now have to fudge some stuff.
Okay.
Let the fudging commence.
Yes, indeed. Create a new page.
Well,
Just for a show of solidarity, I'm going to push myself back here right next to everybody else. I don't want to be in the water, but close to the water. Yeah.
Thanks for the solidarity. No I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, your best bet to win that fight had probably been, rather than inflicting a 3-point hit, would have been to pile every fate point you could finagle and try and seriously wound him when you got through his defenses the one time. Because you weren't getting through him again.
Right.
Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to have to go. What can I do? Okay. How can I do this? There we go. So you got to zoom in to like 140 to be able to do this well.
Okay. Which one are we going to be on then?
You're on the upper deck, level 8. passenger lounge. Tell me I disabled the grid on this. Grid is off, yeah, because you have to basically scale the icons down to use this map. See what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we'll actually put you in 4.
Good deal. Match. Okay.
See if you can move Bar around, or if I have to let you guys drag him.
I can move bar.
Okay, good.
Did you open up permissions for everybody to use? That's
I
pretty cool.
thought I did.
Yes, you did. Nice.
Yeah, so I'm working at like 150 zoom, just because the nature of the map.
Sweet. So we get to meet our evil overlord.
I have returned. I apologize for the delay.
Well, you
Nice.
tell me, are you guys content to be taken to the evil overlord, or would you like to do something about your circumstances before the evil overlord arrives?
Oh my.
I'm pretty sure BD6
Because you don't
is
have to try to escape as you're disarmed and tied up and held prisoner.
right.
Yeah, why would we not try to?
I guess the first thing is that if BD6 does try to make contact with us when there's nobody else around, we would ask them like, is there a ship that we can get on and go somewhere far away? And
Well, you
also,
guys
can you
all
get our
regain
monsters?
consciousness in what appears to be a ship's cargo hold.
Nice.
So Josh, if you want to, we're operating at like 150% zoom, just because how tiny the map is.
Yep, I see it.
190. It is definitely yeah.
And I've got everybody about here.
Yep, I see it. I
Okay.
see ya.
Nice.
So we are on a ship. We don't know where we're going.
Yeah,
We feel that we're
you're each being held in 4 cylinders.
define the 4-cylinder.
It looks like a Bacta tank without any water in it, and the walls are a force field.
Yep. So it isn't just like handcuffs.
It's got a like one plate is the back plate on the other side of the force field is solid metal, and it's got like, it's like a cross between they look like a cross between Tupperware and a torpedo.
Right. Sounds good.
Let's see if I can find some. See if I can find a good image that I can share.
Sounds scary.
this cargo hold that we're in, it goes down up like 3 decks.
There's an elevator in the middle of it.
No, this hole that we're in, it goes through all 3 decks, right? That's what it looks like on the map that I'm seeing.
I am sharing in the chat a link to kind of what we're talking about. They call it a force cage, officially.
Who's this guy? Who's that guy? Oh, obviously the characters can't see him, but...
Yep. What guy? I don't see a guy.
I don't see a guy. There's no guy there. No guy. We don't even sense a guy. We're in a force cage.
Needless to say, your tool belts you've been stripped of your tool belts and your lightsabers. You know, you still clothed, but you've been thoroughly and professionally searched.
Okay.
Well, Lasho looks over at Bar and Domak and says, "Hey guys, we got ourselves into a pickle here. What do
Yes,
you
we did.
suggest we do here?"
Bar is, of course, still slumped unconscious against his force shield.
Well, Bar got whacked pretty good, didn't he, Jomak?
He's out. That's how I knew we were in trouble.
I hope he's okay. Like, I hope that's not any long-lasting problems.
He won't miss those IQ points.
Concussions like that can be damaging for a long time.
Yep.
Jomak, have you seen BD6? BD around here? Or has he been dismantled?
And there's a soft burble and a tweet from behind a box. And out walks BD6.
Oh, dude. Okay. Can Lasho touch the side of the metal panel and identify like the way to tell BD6 to unlock it from the outside?
Lasho cannot touch the panel because he is encased in a cylinder of force field.
But I thought you said there was a steel plate behind
on the other
his
side
back.
of the force field. So if you click on the link that I shared in the chat,
Yeah, I did.
There's an image there. You can see that the back is still lit with the force. The force shield doesn't let you access the touch any of the actual metal backing.
Okay.
Kind of a thermos design.
Well, that complicates things for you. But hopefully BD6 can try to break this out.
I'll put that up, the example from KOTOR 2 for people on YouTube. So you can't use, you can't touch it. No. As far as figuring out how to unmake it, that would be a craft roll. And both you and BD6 have craft as a skill. I suppose I should offer you all a fate point for, let's look at the Death Among the Stars campaign. I think this would be Ancient Paths, Ancient Blood, because you are definitely trapped by a servant of some kind of darkness.
All right. We can clear our stress tracks.
You can clear your stress tracks. Mild consequences won't go away till the end of this scene.
All right. Does the force work through these things, or does it block the force?
Does not appear to block the force, but What are you going to do with the Force? Make a
Nothing.
lore roll to assess the forciness of stuff.
Ooh, Laurel. Okay,
So
I got a
Jamak
fair.
gets fair. How does Lasho
That's
do?
it.
Mediocre. Okay,
Yikes.
so the Force will absolutely work, but you can think of the Force as a pond. Whenever you use the Force, you create ripples in the pond. And of course, the more Force you use, the bigger the ripples. And you have not yet determined whether the Dark Jedi who kicked your butt individually and in groups is on the ship.
Can I sense anybody else
You could sure
in the forest?
try.
Rolled down to. I got a fair.
Nope, you don't sense anything other than an oppressive aura of darkness. It's kind of like trying to see through fog if the fog was hateful and evil.
This is definitely the doing of the dark side. As if the red lightsabers didn't give it away. The red lightsaber.
I don't know if I ever did get those craft rolls from Josh and BD.
Yeah, that's a good point. To tell if they can figure out how stuff works and be able to disassemble it.
But Jamak cannot tell where or how far away the Darksider might be. Like, honestly, you just don't know. He could be on the ship, he could be in the room, given how he stepped out from behind some kind of cloaking field and and sucker punched you all in the woods.
Right. And Jamak is only good at two things: flying and being a step ahead of everybody by using the force. And neither of those can avail him here.
Did we lose Josh?
Master Waltzing. Paging.
It's about bedtime for his kids. He might be putting his kids to bed.
Gotcha. Oh.
Ah, yep, that'll do it. So, technical difficulties as Josh's microphone went kaput. I love the fact that the Gozanti Cruiser is used everywhere for like 80 years in Star Wars, so I don't have to constantly redo endless random freighter maps.
I'm guessing it was a pretty solid design or cheap design.
Hey, I think I'm back now.
It's relatively affordable. It's greatly adaptable. It's been used. They're used as everything from like small picket carriers from by the Empire, where like can carry 4 TIE fighters strapped to the bottom, or cargo to little picket warships. We can hear you, sir.
Sweet.
So we're waiting on craft rolls from Lasho and BD to see
Got it.
about the viability of getting out of your Tupperware.
Absolutely.
We would love to get out of the Tupperware, wouldn't we, gentlemen? Let's see. BD6 is going to roll craft. He rolls, goodness gracious, down 2 average. That was unhelpful. We got a fate point for this, right?
You did.
So I'm going to
But
add the.
before you burn it, let's see how Lasho does.
Yep,
Also
Lasho's
has-
going to roll craft. Oh my gosh. I definitely think that you rigged this to roll down for everyone.
So in pure classic Trek Jim Kirk delivery, if only there was some way we could cut the power.
Definitely James T. Kirk moment. Complete with ellipses in the conversation.
Do we hear that whispered in the forest? Is that what you're saying? Like, who is that guy talking? That was creepy.
What was that? That's crazy. So
Works in mysterious ways, right? No.
we want to get out of these cages, and Lasho really wants to get out, so he's going to use a fate point. He may need to use 2. Right, so he's going to use it.
Given the size of the opposition that is quite probably on board, are you sure you want to burn fate points just on this?
No, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm sure that I don't want to be in this cage. But maybe my Jedi training of relax, calm, and things will take place as they should is starting to take over.
Trust the will of the Force?
Trust the will of the Force, and maybe I hear my master's voice come over once in a while, echoing something he heard from Master Kenobi say, something to the effect of trust. It'll be fine.
Okay, so not being able to escape your cages, waiting will then commence.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jomak? Waiting, is that the most appropriate course of action at the moment?
Considering that you guys both try to figure out how to make this thing work, and the rest of us definitely can't really do anything about this, then I would say we just let the rolls decide, and yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be all that bad to meet this dude, right? This bad guy.
Well, define all that bad. He's bad. He seems bad.
So you hear the door activate, which would probably be a good moment for BD to run and hide.
Yep, he's gonna run and hide.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh,
Dun,
sorry.
dun.
I keep opening up his character sheet, trying to go to do the run and hide part, and realizing that I have to actually
Type it out.
type it out.
Hey, that's still a 6.
So a
Hides from
B1
that
battle
guy.
droid walks in, looks around. Oh, you're awake. No talking.
Does the B1 battle droid have anything with him? Does the door shut behind him?
No. It's just a B1 battle droid, a blaster. Now that having almost died at the hand of Geonosians, you do not find his Geonosian build either harmless or cute.
Last show, smushed him. Take his blaster. I'll say that in in the space equivalent of pick that. So it'll obviously
So we're
confuse the droid.
obviously confused the droid.
So you have what's your scholarship level at?
Mine or Jamoke's?
Yes.
Mine's at average.
I have scholarship at fair.
Okay, so so Jamock speaks 2 languages. He's got standard, obviously his species language, but then he probably speaks something else like either Huttese or Shiriawuk or Rhodian. But if you and Lasho would speak 3. So you get a foreign language for every level of your scholarship skill.
How many languages do B1 droids know?
Do what?
The B1s. Yeah.
B1s are idiots. What are you talking about?
I didn't know if they had any other languages programmed.
You don't know.
Well, hopefully Lasho gets the hint quick enough that if he does know, then if he does know what I'm saying, then he can't run out or tell anybody about it before his head gets crushed.
Fair point. What's the initiative for the B1 battle droid?
Mediocre.
Well,
So
if he
we
doesn't
could
see
go
it coming,
first.
he doesn't see it coming.
So the plan is Jamoke says this in a foreign language that Lasho understands. Lasho reaches out with force, with telekinesis and rips him apart or crushes him, which would be easier
Well,
from a force perspective. I think
rip him apart, crush him, or disassemble him with force tech. I don't care.
how can what do you think about this, Cookman? If Lasho says,
Of
I need
course,
to go to the bathroom.
I want to point
I
this
need to go to
out.
the bathroom.
BD1 gets to go before Lasho does.
BD6?
Or BD6 gets to go before Lasho does.
So
Oh, that's a good point.
can what were you thinking, Cookman?
No, like skim through BD6's character sheet, see if anything jumps out at you.
Restrainer bolt? Does he have a restrainer bolt he can toss on there?
I'm not gonna tell you.
He's got a scomp link.
He does have a scomp link.
So he's small enough he could jump on the droid and scomp link the droid and essentially reprogram the droid from
Yeah, let's do it. Let's make a Mars.
he could reprogram the droid to accept commands because he's got the scomp link. He can do just about anything. And he's small enough to be able to jump on and get there. What do you think, sir?
I think that's perfect. Let's do it.
So he's going to
Make
use
his
his F.
scholarship attack as a mental attack against the B1 battle droid.
Heck
Scholarship.
yeah.
He gets a good. Broke even. Ha!
What?
Poor. So, he tweedles over there, and as he's shoved his scomplink down, into the base of the droid's skull, and the BD1 the B1 battle droid's going, what's going on? I feel so confused, and then just stops fighting, and his arms go to his side and goes, Roger, Roger.
Well, at this point now, I think we need to take the B1 battle droid and have him open up the. No, how about we? Should we use him as a scout and report back? Figure out what's going on and where we are.
And where our gear's at.
Yeah, yeah, like where our gear is, where we're going.
So still perched like still perched like some kind of vampire bat on the B1 battle droid's shoulder. BD1 shoves the scomplink back into the poor droid. Oh goodness gracious! And a holographic map of the ship begins to take shape.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, are we gonna try to run away, or are we gonna try to create some mischief here? Oh my goodness. What do you say, BD6? You want to make a droid army?
The very large
that
Sith right there.
was Snoke prematurely.
Roll scholarship for BD6 to see if he can find your lightsabers.
86 is going to roll scholarship. Good. Breaks even.
So good scholarship. One moment.
Good job, BD6. Way to be good.
So playing Fate Core, it is always vital to remember that losing a fight is not the end of the story. Fate Core very much is. Fate Core very very much is the child of pulp action movies, and as such, it is.
Entertainment
The
value.
hero getting knocked out and captured. It's kind of a trope. If you actually reread the Dresden Files, it's kind of incredible. Why? How often? It's kind of incredible how often Dresden gets knocked out. You know, like he gets completely clocked 4 to 6 times a novel.
Oh yeah.
That's not true. He doesn't get clocked 4 to 6 times a novel. It's definitely more than that. He takes on way too many consequences, but it's okay because the story arc allows for there to be enough time between some of them to actually like clear the stress tracks, heal some of the wounds to some degree.
So he's found your lightsabers. The Dark Jedi is keeping them in his stateroom. One floor
Great.
down, one deck down, and two compartments forward.
I'm surprised he
One.
hasn't made a necklace out of them and, carried them around with him everywhere he goes.
Does uh BD6 and the Scomp link tell us where we're going? Do we know like where we're heading to from the nav computer?
Ooh.
Canvas comp link, if he can find one in the ship, can he just use that to go and see what's going on?
He can.
Is that an assassin droid?
Nope.
That is a totally harmless piece of furniture.
That is not a totally harmless piece of furniture.
You might be
Up
right.
up in the passenger lounge. That is not a harmless piece of furniture. So where is it? There must be a terminal inside the cargo hold to access and store information about the cargo.
Doesn't
And
Right.
appear to be.
BD6 is the. What's that?
Doesn't appear to be.
BD6, go do some recon, man. Grab a scomp link covertly and tell us what else is going on here.
Is 7. Oh, 7. Right there. This next room. Number 7 is the sensor array.
Yep.
The sensor array room. We can get all the information. BD6 can get everything we need out of that. But should we have, before we send BD6, should we have him get us out of these things first? Or do we
Yeah,
just
that's a
stay
good
here
idea.
we just stay in these boxes, in these cages, and allow the force to dictate what happens to us? Or do we take things into our own hands and unlock ourselves?
That's a really good point. I don't know. I'm conflicted.
If we stay in the cages and we get the information we want from BD6 and he stays hidden, then we could wait for an opportunity to open the cages when we get to the destination that we're trying to get to. Maybe we make the decision after we find out where we're going.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
So
I was also
we may want to stay in our temporary quarters for the time being until we find out what's happening.
I'm thinking that your plan for us staying where we're at and letting BD6 do a little bit of recon first before we bust ourselves out would definitely be a good idea. I also am a little concerned that we're not going to be able to get our lightsabers back at this rate.
Well, you'd have to defeat the Dark Jedi to get your lightsabers back.
Yeah, but we have to defeat the Dark Jedi without our lightsabers to get our lightsabers back. That
Yes.
sounds crazy.
Or we could lure the Dark Jedi to something else and have our sneaky 86 droid sneak through the vent shafts and just acquire them.
There is that, but that's a dangerous game. Ooh. I think my plan A is going to be BD6 getting us a little bit of information from that sensor array room, and then going around and like you see up here in the center deck at the very front, there's in room 6 and room 3, there's these wonderful singled out droids that could very well be taken over as long as the bad guy obviously doesn't find out. But I was thinking maybe even take this um, B1 in here and go and distract this guy long enough for him to and then go into this one, and then just like slowly just take over the ship. Have BD6 just scomp everybody that's not flesh and blood. I mean, this could actually legitimately be our ship if we can get enough droids slash all the droids here on our side, and then just have them walk in and gun down the Dark Jedi dude. Boom.
Yep. So we just took out a whole bunch of the droids, and we're not even that good as Jedi. Like, we're okay, but we're not like his level Jedi. All of the droids times 3 would pose him no problems and no issues at all. So I don't think that using the droids to try to gun him down would be effective at all.
Yeah, but you can always do it in a way that he's away from the rest of us. Like maybe we put all the droids into this room when we're sneaking around, and then we hide out in, I don't know, the bathroom here or something, and we have like somebody make one of the droids make a commotion and lure this bad guy out, and then we run from here, boom, get our lightsabers, and if they can't finish the job, we're not there. I mean, come on. This sounds pretty awesome. BD6 can come and rescue us for the whole day, takes out the whole droid army, turns them against this Dark Jedi dude, and then we also get our lightsabers back and get away. So, I mean, worst case scenario, we piss him off. He takes down all the droids that were his in the first place, and then what? We're still not there to.
So you're gonna have
worry
BD. You're gonna have BD ninja his way through the ship, converting all the droids, put together your own little droid army, and then use them to kill the Jedi.
How do they use them to distract the Jedi?
Use them to lure. Use like one of them to lure the Jedi away from his quarters to the cargo room, where he checks in, and instead of finding us, he finds a bunch of the droids. They flank him from both sides. He doesn't see it coming. They like come out of this room, and they're in this room. So then all of a sudden, boom! They just go and they smash him in the center with a vice grip or whatever kind of formation they call that. And
Hammer and anvil.
yeah, there you go, hammer and anvil, and that way it's his problem, and we're a whole deck below, grabbing our lightsabers when all this is going off, and boom, we're out. I don't know. I don't know how this could fail. I mean, it's all got to start with BD6 getting us that information though first. So, boom.
Okay, stealth roll for BD6, and then scholarship for slicing.
stealth.
He gets a plus for his stealth rolls.
Yeah, his base
It's
stealth is fantastic.
so 40 at +6.
I was gonna just press the. Thank you for saying that, because I was just gonna press the stealth button.
And then you said it's
Really?
craft or scholarship for the.
Scholarship for computer systems, craft for mechanical.
Oh, okay. Cool. Nice. Way to go, BD6.
Legendary.
Legend. Wait for it.
Really?
Yeah. It's a good saying. I like it.
BD6 racks up 3 advantages: run of the ship, unseen companion droid, and can't touch this.
Can't touch this. Vanilla Ice immediately popped in my head.
All right, scholarship to hack the computer.
Is that just a straight scholarship roll?
Yep. Slice, it's called. Great scholarship. I take you now to your very first clue of where the heck you are.
All I see is a lot of wasted space.
You guys might use scholarship to figure out where that map belongs in the galaxy. You're only going to need an average.
You said a lore?
Scholarship.
Scholarship. Gotcha.
Utan is here in the center, is the regional capital for the Ombakan sector. In the expansion region, close to or inside of depending on who's drawing the maps, of separatist space.
Okay, so we're in Dark Jedi territory.
Digging deep into my digging very deep into oh goodness, I'm gonna have to use that, aren't I? Ooh. I know I had a couple of Gazanti images here. Do you know how many images I downloaded for BattleTech?
Probably a few.
Not even close. Now we're starting to get there. Architens, Valor class, frigate, officer, Death Star. I'm really amazed that they haven't started deleting some of my they haven't started deleting data out of my there we go. There's a Gozanti.
Oh, that's the one we're in right now.
Yep. So you are on your way from Kittern through the Mute Star Baron towards the system of New Azeron.
No. Still don't know there on the star map.
What's on New Azeron?
Never heard of the place.
Well, the system must tell BD6 something about that system if it's going there. BD6 wants to dig.
There's not really a lot in the Navicomputer about what's there.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Isn't it, though?
Interesting.
Okay, now what, Mr. Cookman?
Yeah, so we're kind of just out in the middle of this expansion region, like we were talking about previously, and yeah, that's. I didn't realize that we were actually like out of atmosphere until we just pulled that up and we're like, oh yeah, by the way, this is the direction you're going. I'm like, what? Wait.
Yeah, you're in hyperspace at the moment.
So we can't get away from this guy. We could be running amok on the ship with our lightsabers, but I still say we take over and we make ourselves a droid army. I like that.
Or do we just hang tight now that we know where we're going, but we don't know where we're going to? Do we just hang tight and let things play?
The GM bites his tongue. Bicker amongst yourselves. It does turn out that Bar snores.
Well, Yeah, I still don't like the fact that we are probably going to be brought to a place where we're not going to be able to make it out alive.
You could, defeat the Dark Jedi, but you could do anything. You could try and see if he's ticklish in his sleep.
Well, I think if we... All right, Cookman, let's do it. Let's make ourselves a droid army.
Yes, I love it.
You guys are going to take turns for BD8's, rampage of chaos?
I think BD6 is going to start this process because I agree with Cookman on principle that if we get to where we're going and we're not able to fight at all, we're toast. And I think that our teenage padawans would be starting to have a little bit of stress, and they probably aren't thinking about long term, so they're just going to act. And their decision to act is to get out and do as much as they can.
All right, I have designated your one hacked droid.
I see that. So he's been sliced, and I think BD6 should come back and.
So BD6
What do you
comes
think?
back, pops the holograph, shows you where you are, where you're headed.
Yep.
Big surprise, you are not being taken to the only planet in the only star system in the region that you know is in Republic hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh darn. So.
So yeah, why
Do we have him
why
take a?
in
Do we get out now? Do we open these cells now, knowing that we're going to a place that we know nothing about, away from Republic control, no unknown system? Do we exit the cells?
So droid army first or escape first?
Droid Army first?
I'll let you guys
Okay.
take turns doing the rolls because the NPC. So you guys indicate who BD's going after next, and you realize from the point of view of the battle droids, you have now recreated aliens.
Yeah,
For
I love
sure.
it.
It's just like it's loose on the ship. It's coming for you.
I want I want
Except
I want to know if BD6 is gonna have an easier time of getting to whatever those other droids are that aren't the B1s. Is it B1s or BD1s?
B1 battle
BD1.
droids, and those others are B2 super battle droids.
Are they gonna be harder to slice than the B1s though? Is it something that BD6 would
No,
not?
they just have heavier armor and blasters.
Okay. Can we have the B1 go and do a maneuver to distract the B2? So that way BD6 can go and slice, or is it not going to be an issue for BD6 to sneak in and get
Given
the
his stealth and that battle droid's just not that smart. I'm going to point out that you are making that little cute, adorable droid scary beyond all reason.
He came scary, straight out of the packaging. We're just letting him live a little.
Oh my gosh.
He's got to have he's got to have some wonderful little beeps and warbles to tell to the next generation of Jedi to are force sensitive to give them some stories of like back in my day.
he does have the aspect of insatiable curiosity and suicidal courage.
Yeah.
So this is.
Yeah, he's not even sweating it.
Character.
This isn't like beep. It's like beep. He's going and doing it. So I'm gonna say this one by himself. That is absolutely innocuous furniture. That is gonna then be our innocuous furniture after that. But after BD6 is done with them, want me to roll it?
Go ahead, roll it up.
Scholarship. Make it be good. Make it be good.
Stealth first.
Yeah.
Stealth first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
First, ping again. Which one you're going after?
Number 8. All right.
First stealth.
40F plus 6. Did he just like add some more?
So you're gonna get 2 advantages off of that? I'm not even bothering. just you get
2 advantage.
You get 2 aspects to tag as you make your scholarship attack. Goodness gracious. And
Great balls of
epically
fire.
hacked. I assume you're going after the next super battle droid?
Yeah.
Same, stealth, scholarship. The GM will just be sitting over here crying in his milk.
But roll it again, Cookman.
All right, stealth is going to be a 6.
Fantastic.
Absolutely
That's up.
fantastic.
That's up 4.
Jeez. So that's another free aspect. So another epic hack.
And he just rolled up 2 for superb scholarship to slice. Caught that scompling. Good.
So here's the trick: can you hack 2 in the same hack? So you're not going to be able to hack both of these 2. This will be hard.
Oh, absolutely not. No. I'm going to have the one down here to go up and tell the first one that he's wanted in the cargo hold.
Oh, you just jump him as he comes out into the hallway.
I mean, after the door closes, yes. And then when the second one goes, what was that? And then goes over and opens up the door,
There's
goes out the
BD,
hallway,
the
and
pure
boom,
horror
right
movie.
behind him. From the ceiling, because nobody ever looks up.
It's a droid horror movie. It's a droid horror movie.
This is a droid horror movie. You turned my game into a droid horror movie on your own terms.
They don't even question things. They just follow orders. So I don't think that really needs a
Oh
roll.
my gosh. Okay.
That's just like it's from one droid to another. You tell this droid, who is owned by BD6, hey, come out, and then boom.
Make your rolls. Make your rolls.
All right.
It's Alien with Attack of the Body Snatchers in droid.
Yes, it's the aliens Attack of the Body Snatchers plus droids.
I love it. It's great.
Ha! I almost saw you. Oh God.
Roll that 2 again for superb.
Oh. Hey, what's that noise? So this time, athletics.
Why athletics this time?
Because it gets its arms up. And instead, BD climbs its arms up into its shoulder and does this, and out comes the scomp link. Oh God.
Attack of the Body Snatchers for sure.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I do. Actually, I've played with you psychos far too many times to not believe that this is happening. It doesn't make it less traumatic for me as a game master. Oh, my plots, my beautiful plots. So is he going to use the stairs, or is he going to use the lift?
Oh, I would definitely say, unless he can use the shaft within the lift, that the stairs is definitely more horror movie-esque.
Scuttle, scuttle, scuttle. Down he is to the main floor, where the Dark Jedi is.
Mm-mm. No, he doesn't go to the Dark Jedi floor. He goes to the one below it.
Oh. And down again, where there are 4 battle droids standing guard within sight of one another.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to take the same one here, this one, down with him, and he's gonna tell 2 of these guys that they're wanted up in the cargo deck.
You're just gonna leave. You're gonna Judas goat them. You're gonna Judas goat them all.
Why not? And in this one, it's gonna be in the staircase while they're going. Then like
so
they're
you're
on the
gonna
staircase.
be
All
here
of a sudden,
you're gonna be here on level 2. You're gonna be here on the main deck. And as they climb up the ladder towards the top deck, you're just gonna climb them. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Same. Stealth. Body snatch. Stealth. Body snatch.
Josh, you want to do the honors on this?
No, you go ahead, man.
Oh my
Keep-
goodness.
keep
Golly
rolling.
gosh. Ah.
Yeah.
I can't roll. I
He,
can't
he,
roll higher than a great.
he waits for
So-
the first one to go through the doors on the top. So he's actually in, like, the first one's fully in the top one, and he drops down from the staircase onto the second one. I'm just picturing it. It's like, where'd he go?
Athletics then for the second one because it can see you.
Oh, I didn't roll scholarship for the slicing.
Oh,
never
slight.
mind.
Yeah, you should do that. Okay,
Great.
I think we've set up a systematic pattern of abuse to this. So now you need athletics, scholarship, and stealth to get the one at the bottom without the other two starting to shoot you.
Athletics.
Scholarship and stealth. Oh my goodness, golly gosh. So you
Is it
you
even-
drop from one to the other one. We're adding arachnophobia, so we've got aliens, body snatchers, and arachnophobia as he scuttles off into the crates. Nah.
What was that?
Can he go through the vents over to the other side here and drop down on one of these?
Athletics, stealth. Ugh.
Good athletics and fantastic stealth.
So make your scholarship roll as he has no defenses whatsoever. Ooh, I could defend against that. Oh,
Yeah,
Not.
that's what you think.
poor. I rolled down one. So, hey, what's that over there? And then athletics and scomp. Your scomp link's gonna get tired at this rate. Ooh, a chance to sound the alarm.
Doesn't my
fighting
athletics
it.
give me
I'm fighting
doesn't athletics give me
an
if you're gonna
advantage. Oh,
yeah, you have to
bugger.
oppose it?
Ah. Hey, get off. Wow, I feel strange. Okay. You have secured half of the battle droids.
Nice.
Now you're going to work on the main deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Are you Judas goading the guys in the engineering room?
Well, yeah. Hey, where'd my guy go that I wanted to go? And he's really good at this, so he's gonna keep his job. Yeah, you'll have the first one and be like, I just need one of you, and so yeah, he takes that one.
You mean first captured B1 droid Judas?
Renaming the captured BD1 droid Judas.
It's the same guy. It's the same droid every single time doing this. He's really good at his job. I mean, he deserves a promotion. All right. So, fill in the details. Sneaky and scholarshipy.
Epic.
I mean,
I can resist that. I can sound the alarm. Oh! Oh, baby! Ah!
No. What does my stealth give me though?
Oh, 2 advantages.
There you go.
I live to serve. Roger, Roger.
He's so good.
What do you ride his backpack in so that you can like face hugger across the room to the other one?
Yeah, and it's gonna be Judas, by the way. The other one's gonna get sent to the cargo hold.
Oh,
No, that which one was Judas? That one's
That
Judas.
one.
Okay, this one's Judas.
the one
Good
with
deal.
Judas under his title.
Yeah, so it goes over.
This-
And then is this Scomplink on the front or the back?
Scomplink is actually in his foot.
No, I mean for the B ones.
No, he's shoving the Scomplink like into the base of their neck or into the base of
okay.
their skull to get at their processor.
Yeah. So Judas says, "Turn around. I think you have a mark on your back. Let me get it for you." And then boom.
Oh, you. Oh, I can't.
Oh, legendary!
Oh.
This is disgusting.
It's fabulous. It's so good.
So BD1. So BD6 isn't just slicing them. He's got enough spare time to turn their heuristic processors on. If you start naming these, if you name the captured battle droids after the 12 disciples and just make a droid servant army, I'm going to be irritated and amused.
They're gonna be kind of
There won't
around
be
here in a
probably
little
many
bit.
of them left after you throw them up against the Jedi. But we have evidence that sufficient battle droids can overwhelm a Jedi.
Right.
So now what?
Yeah, so now he is going to now he's gonna sneak his way over. No, he's just gonna go on Judas's back all the way up here to number one and have it go just to the next compartment. So that way it's like nobody can hear it. There's I mean it's just the next one over. Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to sneak past his force sense.
He can sense droids.
It's not sensing droids, it's sensing a disturbance in the force.
A disturbance in the force. BD6 doesn't have any force powers. He's immune.
Doesn't work that way. You can still sense droids, otherwise Luke couldn't parry the blaster bolts from the little remote.
What's this? What's this thing?
This is the turbo lift.
Oh,
So the turbo lift shaft here, these are ladders, but they all go through all three levels.
so couldn't he just go around to the stairs, go all the way up here, and then just take the turbo lift down to here, so he's not going right by the room?
He absolutely could.
That makes way more sense.
Dodge ram it. Why are you people doing this to me?
I was
Of course,
wondering.
he's taking Judas with him. Yes, that's a really good point, Josh. Thank you for pointing
Absolutely.
that
Like,
out.
why walk right next to it and you go around it? You know, it's like the song. Can't go.
All right, who are you
Through
going
it?
after first?
Gotta go around it.
We're going after this guy. He looks a little shifty. Nope, this one. He said, "I'm here to replace you." Bum, bum, bum. And he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have him. He doesn't. Judas stays in there. He's gonna talk it up with this other guy here. Yep, and then boom,
Stealth.
door closes. Door closes. Boom, he gets in.
Oh gosh.
Uh-oh.
I could see that. I could totally see that. Oh
Nope.
no, you get an advantage.
This is awesome.
Oh, this time you drop from the ceiling for variety and increasing dramatic tension.
And a good scholarship.
Ooh.
Well, and then the advantage makes it
Yeah, advantage would make it so it's out
fantastic.
of reach. Yeah, even with rolling 4 up, it would be,
All right.
hi there, you are mine.
This is just sick and wrong. This is Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So then you're just gonna go in and get him?
Uh, we had a plan where Judas would actually be like, "Excuse me 1 second," and he would go out the door, and then he'd grab BD6, and then he'd go right back in the door. And this guy goes to the cargo hold, of course, through the airlock thing, the turbo lift. That's what it is. Boom. All right, and now BD6 goes in on his back, and they sit down, and there's nothing going on. And then, boom, he smacks him. Hits him with a good old scomp link.
Like kicking him in the back of the head.
Apparently, I did not know that was how it works, but everybody's got their own methods.
Why?
All right, I rolled great on that for the stealth.
Ugh.
Yeah, and I get, and it's only a +2, and I get it. Yes.
So you're tagging the advantage? Yeah.
Well, I mean, he already wins by 1, but yeah, he also takes the advantage too. Oh, you're moving them all in there. Nice.
You realize that's a base legendary +1 attack you're assembling. Sorry, base legendary +2.
And then you got these guys over here.
Super battle droids.
Yep. But remember, we got to have some people up in the cargo hold up here.
Okay.
So we got to split them up.
Are you sure? Because if you think about mob mechanics.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that mob mechanic is really important.
Throwing 2 great attacks at him is not better than throwing, a legendary +3 attack at him.
You're right. Yeah. We'll definitely just have them all waiting there and looking inconspicuous, like look casual, guys. And they're all like socially inept, so they have no idea what looking casual looks like, and they're just kind of doing their thing. So, but we got to get these last 2 guys on board. Don't forget about it.
Somebody's gonna have to stay in the cockpit.
Oh, that guy's gonna have to stay in the
It's a ship
cockpit.
in hyperspace, so no, never mind.
Yeah, I was like, and then what about these guys?
You and Judas are gonna do your thing. You don't actually need Judas for them; they're in separate compartments.
I'm taking Judas. He's opening the door for me. He's a gentleman.
Backpacking off of Judas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, roll it.
Cool. He's like, the commander's got a surprise for you. I'm like, oh yeah?
Whoa, legendary.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, all right. That's 2 advantages.
Oh, but
You don't even need them.
Don't need them, but they're still good to have. All right, he takes a turbo lift. Judas, goes off the side and waits for him to go up. Well, he does that, and then he goes in the next room. All right. And he gets a fantastic for the stealth.
1 advantage off that. And I'm gonna get a mediocre will to resist you shoving your scomp link in my processor. And ooh, it feels so
Oh,
nice. I don't care about anything anymore. I hate you all. All right. You now have, and you're shielded, so like you won't have to worry about stray blaster bolts hitting bar.
oh, they're gonna let us out.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? We're gonna take the turbo lift down and very quietly wait back here while he goes up in this area to figure out what's going on because we have Judas who's gonna come out and be like, Commander, the cargo hold.
They're all in the cargo hold.
So you're not
he can
going
say there's
to
some.
support or protect the droids. You're just going to send them up against the Jedi.
Hmm. That's a good point. Um,
How are we going to support them if we don't have our lightsabers, though? There's not a whole lot of ways that we can actually like
Lore.
support.
yeah, that's right. We can use the Force. Wow, that's a great idea. I'm so glad somebody thought of it. That was not me. This is awesome.
You haven't
Okay,
passed your lore roll. You may well be down there in the cockpit.
I have to pass a lore roll.
Yes, one or more if you do.
All right,
Maybe a
everybody, roll lore. I got a 2. I got a fair.
All right.
Why are we rolling lore? For what? For what purpose? I missed it.
You're plotting what you can possibly do against the enemy Jedi while, without your lightsabers.
So it's basically a roll to see if anybody got the clue or the idea to be like, hey, what would be a perfectly like what would be a good way to fight them that would that would be a good idea to be here
to set up the
inside of
fight.
the
That's going to, of course, be military. You have it at mediocre if you don't have it listed.
Do any of us have it? I don't think we do.
Not yet.
Oh.
One reason why clones die so much, being led by Jedi. Because the Jedi didn't bother to pick up military skills.
I mean, they didn't really need them before the war, but okay.
So it's just a straight roll, right?
Yep.
40F plus nothing.
Who was the first roll?
I rolled down 2.
Okay.
I got a fair lore, and then I rolled down 2.
I rolled down 2 as well. For the military.
Okay, you guys are in the cockpit.
There we go.
Jamak can do what he does best. Pilot things.
Nice.
Got him slumped against a wall.
BD6 on his shoulder, chirping away. Super happy.
Occasionally poking him with a stim pack.
And, of course, there goes Judas.
Gentlemen, can I stop and ask a question?
Yes?
Why did we go to the cockpit versus a different location?
I don't know. Where would you like to go?
Like I was just asking, like, why was it just assumed that we were going to be in the cockpit?
That's where Cookman said he was going.
Yeah, I want somebody to go and grab their lightsabers while this Dark Jedi dude's being delivered. Hey, I didn't say Joe Mock was smart. I just said that he had some great ideas that, got the ball rolling. We just failed our military role, so we don't really know as teenagers really what we could have been doing
Nobody
to
thought
make.
that that might be a good time to use a fate point.
What?
I
No.
was I was
Okay,
asking the
you
question
you
because like
both okay. So you both passed your fair without
Yeah.
even though any none of you individually are the match for this Jedi. You can throw your junior high levels, your high school levels of force muscles against his professional level of force muscles to distract and delay him to give the droids time to burn him down.
Right.
Right, droids have no defense against the force, but you could give them a defense against the force. Not great because he was able to school you all individually and as a group, but combined with a small droid army, that might be enough to win.
like
But we
that's what I
would
was.
we would have had to have made our military role in order to, in character, think it's a good idea to do that. I
No,
mean, we did just
but the
literally get
military
schooled
role
up.
would have been stay inside the shields, and then he can't attack you back.
Yeah. So my character doesn't call the shots for everybody. He thinks he does, but
It is good that you.
you,
It's good that you indicate that.
so I mean,
I
while
just,
I'm saying these
I just
ideas, you're gonna have to actually find a way to tell my character that while his ideas might have some like good bits in there, that sometimes we need to modify it. So um, I feel like the military role that he had, while he with a fair lore would have realized that using the force he could have held down and still been like somewhat useful in a fight against this guy. Military wise, he was like, hey, not being there is probably the best idea. Um, I think that that's kind of like the roles almost went along with exactly how my character would perceive that, and I think that playing that out in character is
so
the
Josh
best
and
way.
Josh, when you're rewatching this at some point, or if you do, or Josh, when you're watching to catch up Rosebrough, I just want you to take notes. Cookman is going to play his character who thinks he's the boss of everyone, and Cookman fully expects the two of you to rein him in. He just physically said that, literally said that. I
Right.
write it down somewhere.
For sure.
I don't know how this wasn't already like brought up. Like I thought that it was.
like if he had an extra aspect, we really should make one of his aspects somebody stop me. But we're running short.
No, I mean he's already got Little Warrior in a Big War, which kind of just shows that he's like, yeah, he's literally like just one small Padawan in this big thing, but it also points out the fact that he's a part of it. Like actively sees himself as being a part of this. He's hot blooded. He likes violence, but he's also not like suicidal either. So, like in this case is like it's not why is violence not the answer, it's why is BD6 making a droid army not the answer. That's why he brought it up. Like it's the why is this not the answer? That's gonna be his mentality going forward. And yeah, he's trying to prove himself as a Jedi, but I mean his idea of what a Jedi looks like is not necessarily going to be the same thing as everybody else. So I think that that's like a big distinction to make is that these aspects, while they might not necessarily say somebody stop me, very much subtext say, hey, I'm running this boat. Somebody will need to stop me. I think it makes sense.
I thought
Yeah.
that the idea of I mean looking forward, you put those mob mechanics in for all of those droids. I mean, we were definitely outnumbered all by ourselves with
Yeah.
him, but the mob mechanics of putting it all together may be beneficial. And if we are able to add force stress or telekinesis to the bad guy all at the same time, it's going to magnify what we could do with all of those characters together.
Okay.
I'm still just gobsmacked, guys. I'm looking at
So
10, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 battle droids. 15 if you count Judas. But he's gonna be distracting.
right.
Oh my gosh.
We have to make sure that Judas knows that when he goes to get the commander, though, that he's going to open the door and be like, "Commander, the cargo hold," and then he's just going to run, like literally nothing else.
Does anybody have
And
deceive as a skill?
deceive.
Oh, I have survival.
Hmm. Deceive. You're funny. We don't play. I are these
What are
are
you,
any of our
Evan?
races
Yeah,
actually?
we don't. You don't do the subtlety thing.
I'm just thinking to myself. I'm like, these are all races that have a tendency for the dark side, in terms of like historically, but I don't think that we would be necessarily like, well versed in that when we're Padawans. And
BD1 has the battle droids pick up a bar and put him on the sofa, out of the line of fire.
I think that we should put like stay in. No, I'm struggling with
Okay,
this
very
this
you
fair,
sense.
want to
Black.
are you saying that you wanted to go and put some fate points towards your military roles that we would stay in the force fields?
Not
Because it's not.
necessarily like stay in the force fields, but what was the what? Why were we going in the cockpit versus being? You talked about staying in like essentially uh, like this room or that. I mean, what was the point of being in the cockpit?
Pilot versus or craft. Pilot or craft.
The whole point wasn't necessarily to be in the cockpit for my character, I guess. That was something that Bruce has kind of extrapolated from the information I gave. But it was to be on center deck. It was going to be not along the path of where the Jedi's going to go, because we don't want to set him up. He's going to be force sensitive to where he's going to be able to feel us being close to him. So we needed to be not where he was going to go. I originally thought that this was like the lift. And so I was like, well, we don't necessarily want to be here, but we need to be somewhere where he's not going to be able to get to, where we can just sneak up and get our lightsabers. So that was it. Being in the cockpit and having somebody go back for the lightsabers was, I thought, a pretty solid plan. And then somebody, our GM, pointed out that we could actually stay in the cargo hold and help fight this, because it was bigger advantage for us than in our first fight, where Bar got knocked out in the first round. He conceded, and we were fighting a losing battle to start off.
Right.
So, um, cockpit was purely just Bruce saying, "All right, we're in the center deck. We're close to lightsabers," and it makes sense that the pilot, the ace pilot guy, that's force sensitive, is going to want to go to the cockpit. That if he's the one calling the shots, he's probably going to gravitate towards the cockpit. But in terms of this, I mean, if you wanted to ask nicely to toss some fate points towards the military role, and get that up so your character's like, hey, let's just stay inside these force shields and then use the force to hold them down while the droid shoot them, I think that that'd be a perfectly viable way to use our fate points, and it actually increase our chances pretty big. But that idea is not going to be coming from Jomak. That is not something that I think that he would really realistically come up with.
The fact of like stray blaster bolts, but we could still use the force from within the shields. The concern would be is if even with the droids being able to do a legendary +3 attack, if he would defend against it, we are out of luck inside
Yeah, but
all of it.
but he
But
can't get to us in the force shields. And if we were to, I don't know, if Lasho was to go and use telekinesis to literally block off the door and make it so that he couldn't escape, you could go and do a maneuver, a force maneuver with telekinesis to literally make it so that it is blocked off, and then you could have BD6 go and actually do like is there something that BD6 could do to the door to make it so that
you could,
so that
I mean, you
so that
could
it won't
lock it
open?
with
Can you do it? Him hiding behind the containers to turn them off at command. Okay.
He didn't roll down on his military.
So he can turn them off on a command, but the thing is that we don't necessarily need him to turn them off on command. Yeah. So I mean, they are force fortresses, absolutely. Can we use BD6 to lock the door so that it can't be opened?
So BD6 will be in the computer in the sensor room, slicing away at all the systems.
He's got those 3 aspects to use for that.
And that
I think with all of the aspects that we have with BD6's success slicing the system and all the droids, I think if we essentially combine firepower on the Jedi, we have a better chance than if we are separate.
If I'm not mistaken, BD6 doesn't actually have any aspects that he can take at this moment, does he?
not
Or does
not on slicing, but he's in. He can control the system.
Okay.
He has the run of the ship unseen companion droid and can't touch this.
Yep.
Yeah, so he definitely has things that he can take. Can definitely invoke some aspects for sure. Would you go, Bar?
He
Be like, did we leave him back in the cockpit? No, I was kidding. We did not leave him.
And the battle droids drag him around again. Pay no attention to him bumping his head on things, because battle droids just aren't that clever.
This would be so like our very like open and bold types of the races that we're playing, the species that we're playing, where they're like very upfront with each other, but also just like very much action oriented. So they're like going around on the ship would actually make sense. Take the turbo lift down. Hey, that's a bad idea. Take the turbo lift up. All right, BD6, go and slice that.
Mediocre empathy, so you've got to beat that with Judas for deceive.
Oh boy. Oh. Yes. Nice.
Judas so the Dark Jedi gets the aspect. Judas goat.
All right.
leads Dark Jedi up, and the door opens, and the Dark Jedi gets to react before anyone else can. Okay, the Dark Jedi lashes out with a storm of lightning.
Wait, I thought that he was caught off guard. Was he not?
You want to tag Judas Goat to get the first move? Is that how you want to use that?
That's a good question. I do have a question about this. If the Judas B1 dies from Force Lightning, does that aspect go away?
You mean if you use Judas to block the Force Lightning attack, will that block the Force Lightning attack?
Interesting.
Somebody would have to use telekinesis to use Judas as a shield against all the other droids.
Definitely gonna be prepared for that by reaching out as soon as he can.
No, I'm okay with your powers let you roll the defense. You just need something to block with. You don't have a lightsaber, but you have Judas.
I think I do want to take Judas Goat to get the initiative.
Okay.
And then I think that'd be very beneficial to us.
Jedi sense means he's going to be able to react. Right, but you can I'll let you use it to seize the initiative. Cuz we definitely saw that in Order 66. Like the Jedi were still able to make some kind of defense. You know, they weren't caught flat-footed like anyone else would be, but they still didn't get to attack first.
Right.
Okay. All right, so you use Judas Goat to place the Dark Jedi last in initiative this round. There's your free tag. And Jamak goes first.
Jamak is going to you said that because I don't have telekinesis that I end up having to in order to use the Force to physically manipulate stuff and use telekinesis, does that have like any penalties, or how does that work?
You have to burn Force stress and control it like a Dresden Files spell. Also, without telekinesis, your base, the strength of your Force is weaker, right? So you can do telekinesis, but it's going to be weaker, and you're going to have to struggle to control it. Unlike, you know, if Lasho used telekinesis, he just has to roll for how well he did it.
Okay. In that case, I think that I'm going to end up doing is it like a battle meditation kind of a thing where I'm literally using the Force to like disadvantage the other guys?
Or that's more dark side. The light side is to advantage your side. Is to throw aspects on your side. Battle meditation is a power. You can use it.
Okay. That's something that like Force Sense allows me to do then, or is that not?
No, that's raw Force. You use that's its own stunt. Battle meditation is its own stunt tree. But it does require Force Sense, and then Battle Meditation is like a branch of stunts off of Force Sense.
Okay, so since I don't actually have the stunt, then what's my how does that work then?
So you're going to use at least 2 points. It'll be 3 stress, because at least one point of stress to create the aspect, 2 points of stress to throw it on a zone, and I'm assuming the zone is the droids?
Yes.
Okay. So you have to burn and that you need to get at least a good will to contain it.
Can I burn 4? What would the extra one do anyways? Would that do
It
anything?
would last longer. It would last another turn.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yep, then I
So
will build. I'll
any
burn my
droids that
last.
survive the first round would also get battle meditation second round.
Okay. And you said it's going to be will, not force, to do this.
You're using force already, but will to control it.
Okay.
Same as oh well, that'll work. Did you burn all 4 stress? So,
Yeah. I clicked off the fourth stress box.
okay, and battle meditation times 2 or 2 rounds. You have thrown battle meditation 2 rounds on the droids. Get this a little more centered.
Sounds good. What does that end up giving them? Is that just like an aspect that they can take?
Yep. They can tag it when they're firing on their defense or when they're firing their attack. Because, they use shoot for defense. All right. And BD is going to use scholarship to lock the appropriate doors.
Yeah, so BD is gonna lock the doors so that the Dark Jedi can't
Run away.
back out.
Okay.
Scholarship roll for BD is coming average.
Okay, that's what you need. Jedi is locked out. And Lasho.
So what Lasho is going to do is he's going to use his telekinesis to essentially push at the Dark Jedi as soon as the Jedi walks through the door, so that the Jedi's force is focused on that telekinesis attack instead of on all the droids.
Okay.
Cookman, do you think that's the appropriate use of that, or should there
I
be?
I do like almost like a extra gravity, just like try to push him down to the ground, or do you pull him? I'm not 100% sure what direction would work best. Or do you like grip him like a force grip, like with a hand?
Force grip is a thing.
Just like hold him in place so he can't move.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought
A-
about that. I was gonna.
and a squeeze.
Yeah, like I was thinking about pushing him against the wall, but if he's pushed up against a wall or a door, he could use his lightsaber to essentially cut something. If we use
Yeah.
the telekinesis, just like hold him in place. Yeah, force squeeze. Just squeeze him in one spot and hold him there, so that he's an easier target to hit. So I'm going to use force.
Take off
Attack.
the last box and hope it works.
All right, roll it.
So if I roll, so I'm going to roll it and then possibly use the force boxes.
No, so you have to decide how
if
many
you do
ships
that,
you're throwing.
So if you use boxes, then you're doing weapons damage worth of stress. You're really trying to squish him.
Right.
And then he would have to appropriately defend, which would make him more susceptible to attack by the droids.
Yep. Hit him with everything you got the first round. That's what we're looking at.
I think I'm going to use my fourth force stress box and roll force.
So you have force. That's a epic. That's weapons 8 that you're gonna have to control with will, with force.
So I'm gonna control it with force.
Yeah, you know,
You can use your aspects to
basically you'll
control
be
it,
able
though.
to take mental stress, etc., to represent the level of strain you're undergoing.
Okay.
Because we've all seen Jedi in the grunt and groan and huff and puff as they're trying big telekinesis and stuff.
Sure. All right, here it comes.
Are
Well, that was rolled
It's
you gonna
down
re-roll that?
2, but I'm gonna use a fate point to re-roll that.
Which aspect?
Zabrak pride,
Okay.
strength,
yeah.
and confidence. Epic. There we go.
Nice.
Ooh.
So
Up 3.
just take 1 mental stress, and that'll do it. And he's got to defend against an epic.
Oh yeah.
9 stress.
Nice.
So my Dark Jedi. Yeah. Ugh. So his 3rd physical stress box is gonna go in, and then his 3rd
This guy's
physical stress
tough.
box. No, they clicked that by accident. So he's gotten rid of strained and moderate. So he's going to take severe, pick up a broken leg,
Nice.
and his 3rd box as he cries out in pain. You are. So let me see. I'm gonna roll notice for him, or military for him, just so I can see if he perceives the trap. And he does recognize that the droids are the greater threat. So he's going to burn his 4th stress box to throw a zone. Let me look at this.
I thought that he was last in initiative.
Oh, last on initiative. Yes, good point. This is the only time a Jedi will ever go after a droid. Never mind. Droids are up, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. Judas is 13 droids. It's legendary
15.
plus 5.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
So
8.
I'm assuming that you're going to have the B1s support the B2s.
Yes.
So that's 40F plus 14 for your attack.
Why don't you do that, Cookman? 4DF plus 14.
Epic, a legendary +6 attack.
I can go on so you
Oh, that was bad.
It's weapons 2 +7. That's another. Oh, are you tagging battle meditation?
Absolutely, yeah.
Legendary +5 versus a great defense of +4. My goodness. So 9 shifts plus, so 10, 11 shifts. I'm calling up his character sheet. I can take severe. I've already taken. I can take 8.
This is looking better and better for us.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
So broken leg, and then an extreme consequence, which changes one of his aspects but counts for 8. Well, and then his third stress box is already full, so I can do. So his extreme consequence, we're gonna give. Extreme. One armed. So he picks up the extreme one armed. He's already got severe broken leg. If I pick up the mild strained, and then fill in his very first physical stress box, he's still in the fight and he's very much pissed off.
Holy moly!
You wait. You took an extreme for 8, a mild, which makes that 10, and then you filled in the first. And you fill in the first box. That's 11. Yeah, that's.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he already had a mild though, doesn't he?
No, well, yeah, but he got rid of his mild, taking the scene off while you were busy playing, Night of the Body Snatching Aliens, Freddy in Space 2000.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Holy moly!
So right now he has a mild,
Severe,
severe, and extreme. The first and third physical stress box is filled in.
Okay, so before he takes his turn, the Dark Jedi offers a concession. He will concede the fight. You keep the droids, you keep the ship, but he is able to use the last surges of his force powers to get to one of the life pods and escape.
What are you thinking
Critically
here, Cookman?
wounded, of course, but he'd very much prefer to be a recurring bad guy than and so he offers that for the concession.
You think here, Cookman, we'd get we'd get a ship.
A small army of
a droid
droids
army.
badly in need of
small army of
security upgrades.
And whatever is in the cargo hold.
Do you take us for a family of Starks here? Like,
Game of Thrones.
Absolutely.
What are we,
not.
Starks? No, we're not idiots. You're gonna die.
I have not seen Game of Thrones nor read the books. I have no idea what you're talking about. So,
The early antagonists in the series are traditional fantasy, honorable, valiant, trustworthy, noble, bold, and true. And so they spend the first 2 or 3 books getting absolutely played by every evil, immoral, backstabby faction in the story.
okay.
Starting with the head of the family. Yeah, this is basically the opposite of what I want to be doing.
Very, very honorable tools.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna turn that down.
Yeah.
There's a reason why the Jedi were nervous about you people.
There's a reason why you don't leave somebody on a volcanic planet with all of their limbs burned off.
Ooh, the Vader defense. All right. Well, he is going to fill in his 4th stress box for 9 points of stress. Attack 2 zones, so the entire compartment completely flooded with force lightning. So weapons 5, force lightning against everything in the zone. And he gets epic weapons 5 on everyone here. Except for you guys in your fortresses. That's probably enough to blow out the bulkhead, too.
Well, they get to defend with shoot, correct?
Yes.
And that'll be 40F plus 14.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Solved.
Not only is his attack
That was great.
unsuccessful, he is also disarmed and staggered and overwhelmed. Top of the order, Jamak.
That was a very successful defense by our droid army.
You know, let this be a lesson to you lightsaber types. As Patton put it, fortune favors the bigger battalions.
And what did Rosebrough say last week or the week before? If you're ever in a fair fight, you didn't plan well enough?
The standard version of that is that your tactics suck. Yeah, is the military phrase. You definitely did not offer the Jedi a fair fight in round 2.0. I assume Jamak is going in for the kill. Although
no.
the GM offers the Padawans all a fate point because the Jedi do not kill. This is why Anakin killing Dooku was such a surprise to Dooku, and was one of his first steps and one of his final steps in falling to the dark side.
But they weren't absolutely opposed to it.
But you're trying to prove yourself a Jedi. I offer you a fate point to stay your hand.
You offer us a fate point to. Why is violence not the answer? What are you talking about?
Because you're trying to prove yourself a Jedi. So you can pay me a fate point and continue your attack.
All right, I will pay a fate point. It's horrible. It's horrible that my character is set up to specifically ignore that whole issue, but that's okay.
No,
Um,
your character is specifically set up to battle with that issue.
ah,
Well, and being Iridonian, Lasho is also set up to fight with that as well.
Yeah, this literally is the reason why you guys aren't allowed on the front line. Is the Jedi Council is trying to protect you from this moment? Because in their utter paranoia about the dark side, if they ever found out that you did what you're about to do, you're out.
yeah, you just cue the role playing scene after this is all done. Jamak turns to Lasho and is like, I mean, we didn't technically kill this guy. The droids killed him, right?
Well, no, he's technically alive as you're about to make your attack.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm saying after the fight
Oh,
when we kill him. Yeah, not in the middle of a fight. No, no talking during fights. That's how you lose fights. What he is going to do
That's how,
is
yeah, yeah.
he is going to uh, see. There, I have the battle meditation for the next one.
Yep, you got it
Uh,
for another round yet.
I see him struggling right now, and I have to say that I'm definitely going to use like uh, a force maneuver to knock him off balance or push him, um, pull him into the room, so that way like it'll be a cleaner line of sight.
okay.
So
You're gonna
um,
put yet another. Well, actually, it's you remind me of something. I have made a mechanical error. You used Judas Goat to cost him initiative the very first time,
right.
but he no longer. It's now no longer the first time. So ironically, he gets to go
Oh,
twice in a row because he has top of the initiative.
yep, you're right.
Okay. I'm going to burn my third stress box and do force stealth. And you can't shoot what you can't see.
You have force sense, and I have.
Oh,
Legendary force stealth.
He may be like force stealth, yes, but the ship's internal sensors are still able to pick up where he is because he's still there. And BD6 could essentially use the ship's sensors and the internal light system to like highlight where he is.
I mean, you're still holding him, right?
Ooh.
So he's still in the same spot. Um, can I oppose this?
Yes. You have to roll force. You have force sense. You just got to beat a legendary.
Okay. Well, I am gonna do that. It's like you want to hide in the dark. I'll bring you into the light, whether you like it or not.
You're going to need
And
4 fate points on 4 different aspects.
He's got the aspects of disarmed, staggered, and overwhelmed.
Okay? You're going to need 1 fate points on one aspect. Cookman battles the force veil with force sense, tags disarmed, staggered, and overwhelmed. And that breaks even, which means he will still succeed momentarily.
And I'm just gonna do my. I'm a Jedi Padawan, so I'm gonna take my high concept for that.
Tag it.
This is the kind of stuff I've been training to do. I mean, I've been trying to lean into my force sense and to be able to pull that up. So, do I need to click on that to invoke the?
Yep. Put it on the record.
Perfect. All right, I marked off the
Kalish
fate
Jedi
point.
Padawan. You go up to legendary +2. And you shred his force veil, and he reappears still on tiptoes where Lasho has pinned him in his force grip. His lightsaber on the ground by his feet, one of his arms a smoking ruin, one of his knee bent at an unnatural angle,
Okay.
riddled with blaster holes. I mean, just he's on his last legs. BD's turn.
Cookman, is there anything that he's just keeping the doors locked? I mean, even if I look at his character sheet, he can't really do anything else right here from this point.
You guys
Can
are
he do?
thinking
Can
like a
he?
video game.
I'm thinking that.
I don't play video games.
Well, I mean, like you're thinking like a board game. But there is no box. You're not required to think inside any boxes.
I'm just trying to think of like what he can do with this comp link.
How did he save you all last time?
Which time?
Pick.
I mean, if you're talking about being a distraction, then now's not a good time, BD6.
I wasn't necessarily talking about that. Are you okay with me spending a fate point and having the GM take care of BD momentarily?
Sure, that actually sounds like a really good idea.
Okay, let me call up BD. I'll strip one of his fate points. He's down to 3. And BD's had enough of this, meatbag macho show, and he just vents the compartment.
What does that mean for us in our force shields, though?
And our droids.
I didn't open it to space. I just vented it. I just decompressed it.
Oh. You took out all the air.
Yep. So he's gonna attack. BD attacks with craft against physique.
That does seem like a BD6 thing to do.
Yes. Fear the tiny, cute, petable droid. Fear him greatly.
He could honestly just like vent the whole entire ship, and like him and his droid army could just take over.
BD tags exhausted, broken leg, and one armed to represent additional physical stress, inflicting 5 stress, and filling in adds one of his other aspects, mostly harmless. Doing 7
Hey.
points damage
Can't take me.
to the Jedi. To the Dark Jedi.
So I had thought about that earlier, but I was not sure if that was possible because of the force cages.
Dark Jedi fills in his
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, because I'm like, we don't.
and final, his
Hmm.
second and final stress box. And his his fourth. No, it's enough. And his fourth aspect, but is 1 point short and hangs as a frozen statue of evil in the void.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, the
Now the Padawans
moderate
have not
consequence.
killed anyone.
Right, it was the droid who killed it.
Darth BD has.
No. It's the aspect of Explorer's companion droid. He's our companion droid.
You know that their name does change when they become Darth, right? There's the Darth name.
Darth Trill Whistle. You now possess a small army of
So
crew programmed battle droids, 2 land speeders, 2.
when did we pick up a droid from the dark side here? Holy crap!
Speeder bikes.
Land speeders, speeder bikes. I saw those before.
Those are pretty sweet.
Dozen tons of valuable cargo. Enough droids to go back and slave your cargo ship. To have that to sell as well. And a spare red lightsaber with some slightly used dark robes.
Nice.
To end the adventure, as the room repressurizes, and BD drops the force fields, Bar wakes up and says, "What did I miss?"
And Joe Mock says, "Y'all fill them in because I got to pull us out of hyperspeed so we don't show up at this dude's master's place."
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's all just detail work. That's my ending point. So you guys have now you've definitely hit your significant milestone.
Woo.
Everyone gets the mild milestone, benefits, and a skill point.
Nice.
PD is frightening.
That was awesome. Second adventure in a row, BD has been like the hero. But often that in Star Wars, that seems to be a theme in which the unsuspecting droid becomes the big hero in much of the adventure.
No offense, but I think BD definitely sees the need for military as one of his skills.
Yep.
He's gonna be the military intelligence, isn't he?
No, it's just you people are insane, and he's gonna need it to survive.
How do we add um how do we add a skill point?
You under skills, there's a pencil.
I don't see. Oh, there we go. Okay. So then how does that work from this point?
Then you get 5 average skills, so you get to add one. So you open it, you pencil it. You get there's a little plus mark at the end of your average.
Yep.
Hit the plus mark, it'll add a skill slot.
So I'm gonna add, because it's come up and you just talked about it, I'm gonna add military to Lasho.
Seems wise.
Indeed.
You guys appeared. These are separatist droids in the middle of the expansion region, allied. Working with Dark Jedi. You definitely have not escaped the Clone Wars by running away.
Yeah, I'm gonna add rapport on my average list because, yeah, people started listening to to Joma, and it might be concerning, but at the same time, it also makes a lot of sense.
You really ended this with 7 fate points.
Yeah, we were all up to like 9, 8, 9, except for BD6. But
I have 8.
if you look at Lasha, yep, exactly.
Bar gets 1 for taking the day off.
There we go.
Do we get I didn't add any. Do we get a fate point for the end of the
Fighting the Dark Jedi?
adventure? The end of the adventure.
No. You get a skill point.
Okay. Now the mild milestone
The minor,
benefits.
yep.
So a minor and a significant milestone. The minor is your usual. You can rename one aspect or swap some skills. The significant is you get 1 skill point. So you guys now have like 21 skill points. It also means we can heal Bar of his. Bar has spent enough time. What you don't realize is actually the story had a complete and fascinating flashback montage as Bar's subconscious dealt with his memories of battle. So you missed him constantly flashing back to the Battle of Geonosis and to his childhood and to learning from his mentor. It was all very touching, I promise. It just, didn't show up on screen here. So when he
Right.
wakes up, he's going to be less traumatized because those consequences go away at the next significant milestone or the end of the next adventure. So, milds go away at the end of the next scene. So any milds you had from the fight in the woods are gone.
Right.
Moderates go away at the end of the next day, at the end of the next gaming session. Severes go away at the end of the next time you get a skill point. After they've been treated, extremes you can rename after you when you get your next refresh.
So you don't like in Dresden Files, it went from like severe to moderate to mild. Like it would knock it down a step when you got to that certain point. Is that not the way that works with Fate Core?
Well, yeah, but so we'll give him a 1 scene worth of bad dreams, and then Bar will be cured.
Okay. I'm just looking at my physical consequences here, and I'm like, well, in the woods, I had the mild and the moderate. I thought that the mild would be knocked off right now, and then the moderate would turn to a mild.
Yeah,
But
that'll work.
okay.
So strained is gone, and you've got a sore leg.
Oh, shoot. Hmm. Okay.
And
So I'm not sure which one of these aspects I should change or swap.
um,
Because I'm looking at lore and scholarship and thinking that maybe that should switch, and also looking at
no, because you are trying to be a Jedi, and that is more lore than scholarship.
right. So lore is already above scholarship.
Yep.
So I'm not feeling like I can really swap anything here.
No, I think you're doing pretty good. So when you double back to send make Captain when you settle back to make Captain Judas the well, actually, you don't have to all be in the same ship. You know, Lasho is enough of a pilot that he can pilot the barge. He can pilot the cargo ship, and you guys can go together to the local Republic planet. Or are you going to go investigate? Are you going to go to the Dark Planet, or what's next? Gonna go to the Republic capital and get your bearings at least, or forge on
No.
while the striking is hot, or what are we thinking?
I mean, we go back to where the Jedi Council have enough sway, and there's like clone troopers and Jedi generals there. Like, we're gonna get put on the crappiest duty and or in big trouble. Totally, totally just our wrists slapped and everything. Like, believe you me, but we also don't want a wrist slapped right now. We want to, help out.
You want to come back as conquering heroes and prove that you're real Jedi.
I mean, if we come back, that is exactly what we're going to be because we're not coming back
Yes.
until we are.
Is it safe
Yes.
to say your characters now have a more realistic sense of where they stand in power compared to Jedi? Like,
Oh yeah.
you now are quite aware that you're still just Padawans?
Um,
I think Lasho is
I don't
realizing
know.
it, but I also think that with the last just being able to team up, he's seeing that they're developing that skill, developing that power
Yeah, but as a
and
group, the
control.
three of you kind of equal a pretty capable Jedi.
Yeah, solidly.
um,
You
so
talking about Lasho, Jomok, and BD6?
whatever caused the zombies, that
Okay.
trail is still here, and it's getting colder.
Hmm. Do we want to go after the zombie thing, or do we want to go to the Jedi Temple that we were originally planning to go to?
Both of those are viable options because you're fighting against the Dark Jedi, who was not the Master. Nearly resulted in all of your deaths.
Yeah,
Maybe,
but
maybe you
mm,
need to bring word to the Jedi, spanking or not.
can't we bring? Wait a second. Why were they on the planet if the Jedi Temple was on this planet?
Which planet?
Didn't we land on the planet that was supposed to be the Jedi Temple planet with the Jedi Order, or was that a
No,
different?
you followed the hyperspace coordinates of whoever left in the shuttle after transmogrifying the whole crew into some kind of space zombies.
Oh, no. I think we should definitely not pursue that any further.
So you've gained an appreciation that you need the full Jedi need to handle this You need to spread the alarm, but you can't handle it on your own.
Yeah, we'll send a message, halfway across the galaxy to let Coruscant know.
Well,
But
if you go to the temple on Bipfash, they'll be able to tell the main temple, right? Be clear, guys. You're still gonna get at least a slap on the wrist at Bipfash, but there's a chance they'll take you in. Um, you know, and Bitfash is deep inside enemy lines, so there's no way there's no way that you're going to be away from conflict and struggle. At the
Right,
Jedi
right,
Temple,
right.
on the border, as opposed to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant.
right.
Although I would have really enjoyed my original plan, which is putting you on guard duty and then giving you a droid assassination to solve, which would have led you to a separatist saboteur cell, which would have led you on a wild chase into the mid rim. But this will work just fine.
Uh-huh. Right.
I like.
So
I like. Yeah.
I did have a plot to let you guys prove yourselves to the Jedi.
Yeah, we can come up with our own plot though. I mean, we're uh equally intelligent Jedi members that
Teenagers.
words that don't need to be said. Eh.
How many of us have heard some kind of 16-year-old going on and on about how adult they are and how ready they are for responsibility, and we're just kind of chewing on our tongues?
Yep.
That's my house.
There was a post I just read today that it was funny. It was a guy that said that when I was 14 years old, I read The Hobbit for the first time, and I was so surprised at the fact that hobbits weren't considered adults until they're 30. And it's like, oh, that's so cool. That's way different than humans. And then I turned 25, and I was like, you know, I
Not
think
really all that different.
it sounds a little more reasonable. And then I turned 28, and I'm like, actually 30 might not be long enough, you know? It's like, what?
All right.
Yeah.
So you're going to take your loot, take your witnesses, take the body of the dead Jedi, and you're going to bring them to the temple on Bipfash and warn them. You're going to take your slap on the wrist. That's just going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And warn them. So what I'm going to want, the self-appointed leader, Jomok, I'm going to want a rapport roll to see whether they will let you. You need to make a pair of rapport rolls. They got to be pretty good to keep the cruiser and to keep the droids.
Okay. I was wanting to add rapport as my significant, but I also wanted to bump it up and bump fair down, just swap those out.
Which ones? Which were you gonna swap for it?
I was gonna put rapport up to fair and fight down to average.
Because you don't see yourself ever being disarmed and needing Jedi unarmed combat skills.
He hasn't really used any though, and I feel like
that's because BD turned into a horror movie villain on you.
yeah.
Otherwise, you guys would have absolutely been using fight against battle droids.
Darth Trill Whistle.
Darth Trill Whistle. I gotta put that in his notes.
Yeah.
So I think you can sell. I'm willing to cut out unnecessary rolls. I think I'll let you sell the salvaged bulk freighter and the cargo from both ships to
Okay.
keep your crew and your Gozanti. Right, because you're going to need some
Interesting.
funding to pay for docking fees and upkeep, etc. on the Gozanti.
Because we totally don't have to pay back the Jedi Council for the first class tickets that we probably should not have paid.
Oh no! Yes, you have paid them back. you
Oh, we absolutely should have paid them back. Like, yes, definitely.
We absolutely show up with the money.
so you guys.
You're all like, Joma, can you fly us into that port? And I'm like, no, I'm stopping on at the bank first. We're gonna get the money
see
first.
you sell the cargo. I'll be nice and oppose you with average. You're gonna why you could flip pilot down to average to get better rapport. Because you've got Jedi Ace and average pilot is good enough to just run cruisers around. But rapport.
All right. What's that?
So you're negotiating against a poor to sell the cargo.
And I get it.
Okay,
Nice.
you sell the cargo at a profit, but nothing spectacular. Selling the cargo ship, the Marie Celeste.
All right.
Okay. Selling the Gozanti cargo. You're doing this at the regional capital before you go, so you can show up with all the money and just the ship you want to keep?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the whole like ask forgiveness, not permission part that we've been following this whole time.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I can't
There you
believe that.
Anakin asks for forgiveness lots of times.
Do
He even tells in the beginning of the Clone Wars episode about he tells Ahsoka that he agreed with her, but she asked the question the wrong way. Don't ask the question, just do it. He says something like, "I agree," but
yeah, that was the one where they were gonna go and save the other Jedi from Grievous, right?
yeah, that was the one where the one Jedi was lost and stranded over the super weapon, and Ahsoka said something about, "Well, we have to go save them," and the Jedi Council essentially told her no, and then later Anakin said, "Well, you asked the question the wrong way. I agree with you, but you asked the question the wrong way."
Right. I mean, they still went and saved them, but
Yeah.
the clone troopers and the Jedi. Yeah.
So BD kind of has questions for you guys because he looks on the battle droids with pity more than anything else.
He looks at them like a father.
Well, while you're selling, etc., are you willing to get heuristic chips for the droids, making them characters?
Yeah.
And if you make them named characters, if you name them all, then they get then they get consequences.
Which could be beneficial instead of they just blow up.
1, 2, 3. There are 12, 13. There are 13 B1s and 2 B2s. You literally could name the droids after the 12 apostles plus Matthias, or and plus the replacement for Judas, and you know, name
And
the
the two B2s could be two angels, Michael and Gabriel.
can do. So I'm going over. All right. I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna end the recording because the adventure's been told. But we're gonna still do some behind the scenes Upwork before I sign off on the chat.